Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum, it's basically unchanged to the previous video, which is a bit annoying, but what I find quite funny here is that we are creating something like another inverse head and shoulders. You know, we did that before. We had here this massive inverse, well, it's not massive, but it's quite substantial. This inverse head and shoulders, which did not work out. So here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and now we create a small left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Interesting, isn't it? So that's just something to keep a look out for. This is all pushing against this resistance. I mean, I can just let me take those out again, those patterns here. I can just draw or extend this red resistance area to the right hand side. This is key resistance. You can see that how relevant it is and has been. And whenever we hit this resistance, we're bouncing off. So of course, you know, this can always be used for a short trade if you like to. But for me at the moment, and I did say that before, as long as we hold above the $1,100 level, generally the trend is up for me. You know, the short-term trend is up. The $100 level is the level. If we drop below that, this possible short-term bullish 1-2 setup here can work out. Below 1100, yeah, it can still work out, but it just gets less likely. Okay, so that is highly relevant, and from then we could move up in a third wave to the upside. There would then be a fourth wave and a fifth wave up, right? So that's what we are looking for. Target for that third wave to the upside is around the 1400 range. That's still what we're waiting for. So I'm really looking at this possibly being a wave 1 to the upside, this being a wave 2. We had this long area triggered yesterday, yeah, and this is just something very important because I sometimes get questions. These are areas that I define where the price will, with a high likelihood, reverse. So you can trade them. You know, you can do that if you like to. I can only share with you what I think is going to happen. I can't give you, you know, financial or trading advice really, because I'm analyzing these charts and I can give you my idea when prices are going to turn around. Here, for example, that was a short trade area, and when we came into it, we bounced off first. Yeah, we came into it again, bounced off again, reached then this long trade area. Unfortunately, only touched it. Well, we did get into it, didn't take long, and that's why I sometimes I can't say I recommend, but what I do, I use often limit orders. So I place a limit order in these areas. Yeah, of course, you never know where exactly the price is going to turn around. You know, there is a limit to TA. You know, you can't obviously say right in 1 hour the price is going to turn around at exactly 1140. You know, that's obviously not possible. But there are price areas where prices will, with a high likelihood, turn around. Yeah, and if you've been following this channel, you will know that this is possible. Of course, it doesn't work 100% of the time. Of course not. You know, otherwise, you know, there is no certainty in these markets, but probabilities. But there is a high likelihood that you're not going to, when the price gets into this area, that you are going to watch the screen and place a buy order right when it happens. You will miss this. And therefore, limit orders can be useful. And therefore, I usually stagger my buy orders in these areas. Yeah, I didn't use this area simply because I did already buy before at 1130, I think a week ago or so. So there was no point me buying again at 1150. But yeah, setting a limit order here, setting one here, setting one here. If the lower two don't trigger, it's fine. You know, use the next entry. But I know a lot of people miss these areas because they don't place limit orders and then they regret it afterwards. But you know, it's up to you how you manage this. But limit orders are usually what you would need with these, because there is always the risk that you come into it either when you sleep, whatever, you know, or you miss it because it might only take 10 minutes and then you go out of it. You know, the market moves at the speed it needs. How long a movement takes is not, you can't forecast that, but you can forecast with, I think, a fairly high accuracy which price ranges will be reached in which wave, provided you've got the right wave count, right? At the moment, it seems to be the right wave count. It has been adhering very nicely for the last couple of weeks here to this short-term wave count. So at the moment, my view is that we should get here in this movement from this low yesterday, should get one more leg up. But before we do that, we could first go down deeper in wave 4. There is currently no evidence wave 4 is finished. So this would be in the micro here, a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. The wave 4 was only very short. So basically the markets haven't really moved since earlier today when I made my last video. But the point is, the ideal target for a wave 4 is always a 38.2% fib level, also in crypto. We haven't reached that level. We don't need to reach it, but if we haven't reached it, then the chances are still quite high that we will still reach it, because it's just the ideal target for wave 4. The price is usually sort of drawn to that price in a wave 4. Now, we haven't reached it yet, so my primary expectation at the moment has to be that we will still reach it. Of course, we're currently pushing higher as well, so there is a chance that we go up straight away, but it wouldn't really matter to me, because this is not a wave I would trade. You know, there's just not enough in it. From where we're now, 12.16, what you might get out of this wave 5 is maybe up to 12.50. Maybe up to 12.50, but it would certainly be interesting if we come down once more lower here to maybe 1200 in this wave 4. You know, then it might be but it's a very short-term long opportunity. We could even go down to 1190, the 50% fib level, but below that I would not be confident that this move is still going to work out, because then you don't get 5 waves, which means, you know, if we drop below the 50% fib level at 1190, this is most likely not going to be a wave 4 anymore, because a wave 4 normally doesn't retrace more than 50%. Then we most likely have to be prepared for new lows, because the bullish pattern is broken and it's failed to impulse. And then when we get this 5th wave to the upside, then I would wait for the ABC, and then we have another 1-2 setup, and this would be after the yellow 1-2 setup, which we had, which worked out so far. We then have the blue 1-2 setup in yellow wave 3, because the wave 3 consists of 5 waves. So it's exciting times, very interesting chart at the moment. Even though not too much is happening, but if you understand how this chart works at the moment, it's highly interesting, I think, because we're pushing and pushing against resistance. Again, bear in mind, this could be another inverse head and shoulders. Does it have to work out bullish? No, of course not, but they often do, and it's interesting. It's just interesting to watch, because generally the chart trend is up short term as long as we're above 1100. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.